Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Tales of Jemmora: The Kraken's Wake, our bi-weekly D&D stream that we do. We are once again doing this online, as we are still all whisked away at home. Tuck will be joining us shortly, as he is still wrapping stuff up at church. Which, you know, if you had made that statement like 40 years ago with Dungeons & Dragons, people would be like, I can't even imagine that statement being uttered. But, yeah, so as far as any announcements go, there is some Tales of Jemmora related content up on the Patreon right now, just talking about ability scores for patrons, so check that out. But I think that's pretty much it. Oh, as always, we do have merch in the store for Tales of Jemmora. So I'm going to put a link in the chat there, shop.8-bitadventures.com. So, let's get this show on the road because we're only doing 2 hours tonight, and we definitely have something that will take a while. Yes. So let us part the veil of reality and roll that beautiful bean footage. And we're back. Welcome. I forgot to say our catchphrase to kick that off, but that's okay. I'll remember one of these days. One of these days I will remember. So, let us set the scene. And we're going to set the scene with Jacobin. So, last we left off, Jacobin, you and Wilhelm. Yeah, I'm getting an echo from somebody. So, last we left off, you and Wilhelm had sort of taken yourselves aside to have a discussion. There had been some of the stores of adamantine had gone missing. It seems.
WTF, mate.
Yeah. And Wilhelm was letting you know that there had also been reports of pirates sort of doing these intermittent raids on the town.
While we were gone?
While you guys were gone.
Okay.
And it was something that, like, they were just kind of... We're doing some accounting, like, after you guys had gotten back, and found that there was some of the... basically, it wasn't a lot. It was just enough that, like, it could go unnoticed for some period of time. Mm-hmm. But adamantine being adamantine, that's still worth a boatload of money. So... the two of you had decided to go investigate, and when you went to look for the others, they were gone. But you found that they were basically going to the other side of the island, and had decided to make your way through the jungle, taking the most direct route that you can.
Sorry, who went to the other side of the island?
You and Wilhelm.
Oh, okay, I'm following them. I'm following the party.
Well, so you and Wilhelm are basically going on foot through the jungle.
Yeah.
Whereas the rest of the party drove the boat around and was doing boat shenanigans.
Question.
Yes.
What do the dwarves got to say about the missing adamantine?
The dwarves are quite unhappy to discover it.
Do they have any information?
So it looks like it had only gone missing at some point in like the last week.
Okay.
And it looks like it was basically some clever manipulation of the books that none of them, unfortunately, had noticed prior to today.
All right.
So, the trek through the jungle is relatively easy, although you're still trying to acclimate yourself back to the tropical weather after being away for 2 months. And I'm assuming you're wearing your armor. Yeah, so it's quite uncomfortable. But yeah, the two of you make it through. There are no unforeseen complications.
It's either I'm getting wet in the rain back home, or I'm getting wet in my own sweat from here. Can't get
it's fine, Jacobin. It's fine. Now, I believe it is somewhere on the northwestern part of the island that we have to go to. I've heard the rumors that I have heard are there's some sort of landing party out there. If we make good time, we might even be able to meet up with the rest of the crew.
Oh, they've got a bit of a head start, but we'll give it our best go, right?
And so, yeah, you guys make your way through the jungle. And you get to a break, which you would assume to be when the jungle stops and it goes, it opens out into the beach. And you've been walking for, it's about 2 hours. So you think you've made it pretty clear, because the island's not very big. And you've made good time. And you can see what looks like through the jungle. There is, in fact, a camp. And you're able to see a bunch of figures that are sort of moving around crates and chests and barrels around the camp.
How many figures?
How many figures? For that, give me a perception check. A wisdom perception check, please.
Natural 20. But minus
one. That's still plenty good. So by your estimates, it looks like 7 people are in view.
Okay.
And additionally, you also see your ship docked offshore. And you're able to see basically your fellow adventurers sort of clamoring aboard. Looks like they're getting ready to launch.
Wait. Like away?
No, sort of, or disembark.
Get off the ship.
Get off the ship and make landfall. Okay. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right then. As much as it pains me, we're gonna have to just wait it out and let them make the first move. If they've been paying attention to me, though, over these past few months, they'll know what I would do in this situation. So we just wait for them to do what I would do.
It looks like that they are making their way over to shore. And I think that we won't have to be waiting long, at least. So, Jacob, I'm going to need you to make a stealth check.
You got it.
I'm going to say Wilhelm is helping you, so you can just make it straight and not
Normal.
at disadvantage. Yeah, okay.
Doesn't matter. 3.
If you want to spend a plot coin to alter the effects of that, you can.
Hold on. I get +1. 4.
Big change. I roll it.
No, this is on brand, so let's keep with it.
Okay. So, here, I'm just going to pull up my plot coin rules. So, the rest of you that are on the boat, you're making preparations to disembark. It looks like for most of you, having some capability of traversing across water. So Twixen, for example.
I just walk.
Yeah, you just walk. And then I think that basically leaves 3 for the rest of you. Can actually utilize your away vessel. And not have to swim. So
I'd prefer to not swim.
Izelia, this is a vessel docked on the back of the ship that is like a large glass-like bubble surrounded by this crescent structure that you are able to get into. It seats 3 people, and it has all manner of controls and levers and buttons inside. And when you and Zarin and May get in, you find you're able to use it to navigate yourselves to shore. I gotta say, this isn't difficult enough to get there to warrant a water vehicles check. That said, who is going to pilot? I'm going to assume that would be you, May. Oh, okay. So we'll say Zarin will. All right, then.
Just
so
because
I'm
I
going to...
would not have actually cared about knowing how to pilot the ship at all.
Okay. I'm going to say, because Zarin is navigation, he can work the controls well enough to just get you to shore, but not enough to be able to get you there stealthily. However, when you breach the surface of the water to basically beach yourselves, you find that the camp that you saw from the ship appears to be empty. And at this point, when you exit your away vessel, Twixen, you sort of shamble your way up out of the water.
Where is everyone?
Yeah, that's a good question. Keep down, keep low, keep quiet. And I'm gonna pull out my sunblade hilt, but not
activate it?
the blade yet.
Okay.
Yeah. And I would like to make a stealth check and see if I can figure out where they are.
So I mean, I'm gonna have you all make stealth checks to move around unseen. But that's gonna be investigation to try and look around for clues.
Okay.
Can I also do that?
So I'm gonna say if May had already said that. So I'm just gonna have May make that check.
So I got a 23 for my stealth.
Okay, I'm also gonna need stealth from Twixen and Azealia.
I got a 20 on my
20 on stealth.
Yep.
Okay.
And I got a modified 20 on my investigation.
Okay.
11 on stealth.
Okay. And we'll roll for Zarin. Zarin gets a stealth. An 11 as well. I mean, that said, it's 2 rolls above 20. So, yeah. You guys are able to basically move around pretty quietly, and you think you're unseen. Basically crouching behind barrels, crates, tents, in overgrowth, jungle overgrowth near the beach. So, May, you do find, because it's a sandy beach, there's all sorts of footprints. And you see what looks to be a sort of newer set of prints of a group of people heading into the jungle.
Okay.
Jumping back to Jacobin.
Okay.
As you and Wilhelm finish what you were saying, and you try and like hunker down into the overgrowth, trying to hunker down into the overgrowth in your plate armor, and Wilhelm's actually outfitted himself with like a breastplate and some pauldrons and stuff like that, so that he's not just running around with no shirt on.
What, you mean the oiled up, greasy, like
he
pectorals
is
can't keep him safe?
he is neither barbarian nor monk. That it seemed to actually make a commotion, and you're able to see the folks in the camp suddenly like perk up and then begin heading in your direction.
Is there like a rock or something nearby?
Yeah, totally.
I try to like throw it somewhere to make noise away from us, to like get them to run in a different direction,
Okay.
or like not come directly at us.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this is gonna be deception.
Okay. I'm not that bad. 14.
Okay. Let's see. So, you throw the rock and it definitely makes noise and everything. Away, it goes pretty far, about like 30 feet away from you. Clatters against some other rocks and like a stream nearby. However, because they were kind of advancing in a direction, they see the direction the rock was being thrown from.
Yep.
And
Prepare for frontal assault.
they sort of point in your direction. There is a hobgoblin that is dressed in a manner similar to how you were on the ship. That is the one pointing in direction and barks some orders. And the others are an assortment of humans and hobgoblins. And they draw their blades and start to run in your direction. So at this point, we'll roll initiative.
Yikes.
Everyone?
Yeah, I'm gonna need initiative from everybody.
I got an 18.
And
Got a
18 for Twixen. May, what did you get?
19.
19 for May. Jacobin.
7.
7. Izelia.
20.
20.
Nice.
And Zaren's not here, so Zaren gets a 1. And then we'll start. Okay. So, so you all hear, the rest of you that are back at the camp, hear this barking. Do any of you speak Goblin?
I might. Let me check.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Okay. So you just hear this shouting. And I'm going to say with some of you, you understand it as Goblin, but you don't know what it's saying.
It's kind of like I can understand if somebody's speaking French, but I can't understand what they're saying in French.
Yeah, like, it sounds like Goblin.
Mhm.
And then you hear
Which actually
this.
sounds like French. Who knew?
You know?
This,
It's canon.
I will have to think about this. Oh, no, wait, no, we established that's Druidic. So, you hear a commotion coming from the jungle. And actually, at this point, you can see it's probably about 60 feet in, a couple of figures. But the jungle gets pretty thick
Okay.
past that point.
With 2 C's.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that thick jungle. So, Izelia, that's where you are at. So what would you like to do?
So
'Cause you are
just
up
to be
first.
Clear, are they in the jungle or are they outside of the jungle?
They're about 60 feet. So, like, you guys are in the camp on the shore, and just outside of camp is where the jungle starts encroaching.
Okay. And how many of them are there?
I'm going to need a perception check. I'll let you make this as a bonus action,
You said there were 7 earlier.
but you guys don't know that.
We don't know that, but
That's paladin
Uh,
information.
24.
Okay. Yes, with your keen elven senses, you are able to determine, it looks like there's 7 targets.
Alright. I'm going to use my magic missile at
Okay.
level 3. So let's see, I should get each dart. Okay, 3, so I should have 2 more. Yep.
Fire the missiles.
And you said there's 7 of them, so I'm gonna hit 5 of them.
Okay.
Which is gonna be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So for magic missile, you split up each dice, correct?
Yes.
Alright. So one of them's gonna take 4. Two of them are gonna take 2. Another one's gonna take 4. And then the last one's gonna take 3.
So that's 4, 2, 2, 4, 3.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so the missiles streak out, they find their targets, they wind their way around trees and through underbrush. Jacobin, you see, just as they're about to get to your position, you see these magic missiles come streaking out from the opposite direction and hit them.
Well, close enough to the original plan, I guess.
May, you are up next.
Yes, so you said they're about 60 feet away from us?
They are, although the jungle is going to be difficult terrain.
Okay. That's okay, because I'm gonna do something new, guys.
Okay.
I am going to move and use my action to, and I'm using my action to dash. So I get 35 feet.
Yep.
Then, as my bonus action, I'm going to use my cunning action to hide and bolts from the grave.
Because that's when you use cunning action?
Immediately after you use your cunning action, you can make a ranged spell attack against a creature within 30 feet of you, provided you haven't used your sneak attack this turn. You're proficient with it and add your dexterity modifier to its attack. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah!
Okay, so let's do this first.
In order, yep.
Give me a stealth check.
One. 16.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely believe that you are hidden.
Also, just for flavor, I would have, as we were creeping up, changed my glamour-studded, glamour leather armor to honestly look like what I'm wearing right now.
Okay.
To kind of blend in with the forest a little bit.
I will say that's for flavor. I'm not giving you any mechanical advantage for that.
Just, yes.
So. Yeah, go ahead, make your ranged spell attack. I guess it's just a ranged attack. With advantage.
Roll the... No, I didn't roll the same thing. Okay. 15. 23?
Yeah, 23 will definitely do it.
Alright. So, 9... 27 damage.
Okay. So the rest of you, and Jacobin, you and Wilhelm are actually able to see this.
Yeah, because that replaces my sneak attack, basically.
Yes. You see a sort of shadowy bolt of energy come streaking out of the jungle and strike one of the crew members in the back, and it's a vicious hit. And you recognize that as May has that capability.
Nobody's ever seen... I've never cast before.
I'm going to assume that you have been practicing it during the 2 months that you guys took to come back. Courtney, please remind me how much damage that was again. 20... 23?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
You want me to remember things now too today?
I'm gonna need help remembering stuff because I have a lot to keep track of right now. So, all right.
Yeah, let's say 23.
Okay. Next up, Twixen.
You said that they're about 60.
They're about 60 feet in. The jungle is thickly overgrown. So it's going to be difficult terrain to get to them. And part of the commotion you hear is them like hacking away at vegetation.
Okay. 30 feet is that? Would that not be a standard move then? Me move.
So you would need to dash in order to move 30 feet in there because difficult terrain costs double movement.
Okay, I will dash.
Okay. Are you going to use your bonus action at all?
No.
Okay.
I'm. That is my turn.
All right. So, this is a hobgoblin that is wearing like a skull bandana, both on top of its head and as well as over its face, a la rogue style.
A la everybody at Target right now.
Yeah.
And is wearing a suit of chainmail. And brandishes a pistol and points it at you, Jacobin, and fires at you. That is a dirty 20.
Got me.
Okay. You take a whole 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Then, upon seeing that it did not get a good shot off of that, is going to spend the rest of its movement to slash its way through the jungle with its long sword, and basically get right up on your position, and says something in Goblin. But basically, like, points the sword at the two of you.
Okay, then.
Basically, the rest of the crew are going to split up upon realizing that they're essentially have been ambushed. So, 2 of them are going to continue to cut their way up. They're each going to pull out a pistol and try and fire at you and Wilhelm. I'm going to say at this point, the 2 of you are actually benefiting from cover now after taking 1 shot. So, Josh, what is Jacobin's armor class with a +2 bonus?
20.
20. Okay. So, sadly, you are struck again. But for the one targeting Wilhelm, it you hear the bullet ricochet and hit the sort of fallen log that you two were hiding behind.
Josh, you went all fuzzy. There we
It's just Discord. We can't do anything about it. You take another 5 points of piercing damage. As far as the other 3 crew members, one of them is going to basically try and make its way back out of the jungle. It's going to get about halfway. It's got to spend its movement and dash to get there. The next one is going to spend its movement and dash and get over to May.
Yeah.
As your position has been given away.
Mm-hmm. I figured.
And the other one is going to dash to Twixen. The one wearing the long coat is going to basically continue making its way up and again take a shot, but this time it's going to fire back at the mage, at Izelia. And sadly, it's outside of the short range for pistols, so it's made with disadvantage. That is going to be a 12.
And it has to beat my armor class, or?
It has, yeah, 12 versus your armor class.
My armor class is 12.
Okay, so you are struck with a pistol shot.
Girl, can you wear armor?
No.
No,
Well,
but-
anybody can wear armor. The question is, do you suffer disadvantage on stuff? You take 15 points of piercing damage.
Oof.
Ugh.
Shot through the heart.
Okay, we don't have the right thing anymore.
And again, you hear another shout and pointing in Goblin. Jacobin, you are up. Yes.
How
and-
far is this hobo goblin?
So there are 3 that are basically right on your position in melee range. That all you got to do is stand up, and you can hit them over the log.
Oh, I can't guarantee
That-
this.
You
Can't
can't
guarantee
spin
it.
to win.
Oh, but you could.
Someday.
And furthermore, Wilhelm is going to assist you. So the first attack that you make is with advantage.
Does one of them seem like they're in charge?
The one with the skull bandana and the chainmail definitely looks better decked out than the crew, who are dressed in leather armor.
Well then, let's go first attack on that guy.
Okay.
Jesus. 19.
A 19 will hit. Would you like to spend a plot coin to turn that hit into a critical hit?
Oh, you're gonna twist my arm.
Alright.
That is one of the uses. Or you could inflict an injury or a condition.
Let's make it a crit.
Okay.
1 critical strike, please.
Okay. So, Josh, you have spent your plot coin.
And we're going for the overkill.
Hey, extra spicy.
Which means I have gained a plot coin.
Yeah.
Yes, you
Oh
have.
boy.
That's why I was hesitant earlier.
Yep.
Level 3 smite.
Wait, oh, hang on. Hang on. Where's...
Please.
We've got...
Yeah, we got it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get shot twice. I'm just like, what the hell? And I slap down the helmet visor.
Yep.
And big ol' wind up. And yeah. So many damages coming up.
Many damages.
So geez, what's full damage on that?
While you're calculating that, for the benefit of our audience, we are using what I like to call the Perkins crit rules, which is basically, rather than doing the normal crit rules, is we take so one set of your damage dice is maximized, and then you roll any dice that are associated with attack again. Rather than, rolling double the dice or rolling and then doubling. So that way you're at least guaranteed you get, a maximum amount on your attack.
All right, 59 is the maximum right off the bat.
Okay.
I'll start rolling now.
Yep. It makes for very dramatic crits, which I like. Yes, they do.
Hurt.
Yes, they do.
But hey, it's better than rolling a 1 on your crit. So. I'm doing
Did I say it was 52 or 50? What did I say for the original?
You said it was 53.
Okay. Sure. I can't remember, so we'll go with that. Plus 35, 88.
88.
What?
So yeah, first attack. Yeah, how would you like to take out this this hobgoblin clad in
Yeah.
skull bandanas?
I would just like to disintegrate him in the holy radiance of my patron god.
Okay, so you're just gonna your way to victory then.
Yes.
So,
Per usual.
yeah. So as you're swinging the hammer around, it like starts to glow with radiant power, and you hear like a screaming boar as this like glowing boar's head forms at the front of your hammer, and as it impacts, knocks the first mate back into a tree where it becomes suffused with the holy energy as it's flying through the air, and then just into ash when it hits the tree.
I like to imagine there's just a after image of it against the tree, like a police outline type deal.
Sure.
Definitely.
That's
I
just
would think more of like a Pompeii like thing.
Oh,
of
maybe.
people. Yeah.
That's only the first attack. So
That is the first attack.
Oh my god.
So this next one does not have advantage.
correct. Can instead of attacking, can I just try to intimidate the other two that are right next to me into submitting? Probably not because it's one action for both attacks, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean, you can try and grapple or knock down.
Nope.
Yeah, I know.
Continue.
Jacobin is not a complicated fighter.
Nope. 29.
Yes, that will hit. As I said, they're just decked out in leather armor, so.
I'm going to do a smaller smite on this one.
Smaller.
A little less spicy.
I apologize to anybody that is getting tired of that. I never will, so.
No, I never will.
By using
No,
a
we
level
need-
2 smite on this one.
Level
we
2
need a way
smite,
to bring
okay.
the smite button back with us when we go back to the studio.
I don't know how that's going to happen,
I know.
being real. So. But yes, that is, thank you to Joe Cat from the Crap Guide to D&D for making that soundbite and providing it to people.
37.
Okay. Big hit. Definitely rattled it a bit, and it, spits out a couple teeth and some blood. We'll say this is a human male with a scraggly beard, black beard. And the armor is decorated with all sorts of like bone motifs on it. Definitely hurt. So. And then Zarin is last up. Zarin is going to... Let's see, what spells do you have? Let's see. Zarin is going to target the crew member that is coming back toward the camp, and is going to throw a firebolt. And with a 27, that will definitely hit. So 2d10 fire for a total of 12 fire damage. Okay. We are back to the top of the order. Izelia, you're up.
All right. I'm angry at the one that shot me. So
Okay, so that one, likely you can see, is dressed in a sort of fine leather coat, and a big hat.
all
But
right.
yeah,
I'm gonna yell to him. Your bullets suck, and your hat sucks too. And
You
I'm
should
gonna
feel bad.
and you should feel bad. And I'm gonna make and I'm gonna say somebody should punch you, and then I'm gonna make Bigsby's hand.
Okay.
Bigsby,
yeah.
and I'm gonna clenched fist that guy. So I
Okay.
have to roll a melee spell attack. Which
Don't you
that
dare,
would
Courtney.
be
No comment.
15.
15 is going to hit.
All right. And that's going to be, let's see, 10, 12, 17.
17 damage.
Yep.
Okay. Does the clenched fist apply like grapple or anything like that?
Strikes one creature, makes melee attack for the hand. No.
Okay. So it was more of just like punching.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
instead of
just a
like
giant, like,
okay,
magical.
instead of crushing. Okay.
I can do that though.
Yes. I just want to make sure. So, all right. The captain has been punched.
Ouch.
Get
Are you going to
wrecked.
move? Are you going to move at all?
I'd like to move back, roughly 20 feet.
Okay, sure.
Or actually, I have to do 15 because it's rough terrain, right?
You are not in the jungle,
Okay.
so there is no penalty for the beach. The beach is not difficult terrain. So
Excellent.
that said, there's only about 30 feet of beach. So
All right, I'll move 15 feet back.
okay, so you're in the middle of the camp right now. So I'll say against certain enemies, you might have like half cover due to tents and stuff like that. May,
Yes.
you're up.
Yes. Now I've got somebody close to me now, right?
You have somebody in melee range to you.
Yeah, I do. Zoom. Gonna
Okay.
get my sunblade. And I'm gonna go to hit him.
All right.
That's a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Is this do I have a human in front of me or a hobgoblin?
Let's see. Odd or even?
I'm always odd.
We know that.
Thank you.
It is human.
Okay. 9 damage.
Okay.
Can
Although
I-
Sunsword wouldn't really matter because they're both humanoids.
Yeah, neither of them are undead. Yeah, I just
Yeah.
recognized that after I asked.
Yep.
And then can I use my I would like to use my cunning action because I can use it every turn.
Yep.
To disengage.
Sure.
And my movement to go back.
Yeah.
About 15 feet. And oh, look it! I
Yeah.
used my cunning action. I can use bolts from the grave again.
Yep.
I love this. Modified 20 to hit.
Yeah, that is going to hit.
Okay, so 8, 12, 21 damage.
Okay. Again, and Jacob, you're able to see now. It's May, Twixen, the rest of the crew, your crew rather, that have now engaged with them, and you see May, throwing these like shadowy bolts. So
she's chosen the path of evil.
She has chosen a path with powers that some might call unnatural.
There you go.
I mean, no, not going there.
Twixen, you are up.
Story of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Yep.
Definitely. She is the new Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Yes.
How many bad guys would you say are within a 30-foot radius?
30-foot radius? I would say that there are 3 bad guys within a 30-foot radius.
Okay, I am going to cast Steel Wind Strike.
Oh, it begins! Oh boy. Yeah.
So it begins while we're showing off our new toy.
Yeah. So you get to make a melee spell attack against each of them.
Yep.
And I guess you'll have to decide which one is the ending one.
Yep. So the first one will be the one, and that is a 10 to hit.
A 10 to hit. That is not going to hit.
Okay. And then the next one is going to be a 20-something big 31
Yeah.
to
So that'll hit.
And then the last one I'm going to pop up on the one behind May. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Behind the one that May had just. And that's a 22 to hit.
That will also hit.
Okay, so damage for the first one that I hit.
Yep.
Whoa, hold on. Big number. Sorry. $31 damage.
Very nice. Do you have the
40.
damage? Oh,
44. Sorry, I was...
44. Yeah, so, May,
Yes.
all of a sudden, you see Twixen start, not unlike characters from Dragon Ball Z, just, like, disappear and then reappear in front of enemies and, like, lash them with his spear. But the spear, like, turns to force as he does it. And then disappears and then reappears again and does it again, and then disappears and reappears and does it again, and mortally wounds the one in front of you.
Nice.
Who then drops down into the jungle overgrowth.
That
Very
movie's
nice.
amazing.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's I don't know how I feel about the fact that bards can get it like 10 levels before rangers can.
Right?
All right. So, skipping the first mate. All right. So, Jacob, and the one that you did the follow-up strike on, is going to go after you. And because there are 2 crew members that are right next to you, it's going to get advantage on its attacks.
Sure.
The first is a 19.
Hits.
Oh, which does hit. Okay.
AC 18.
Okay.
Yours too? So was mine.
Mine too.
Do I spend this coin?
Oh, do you spend that coin?
I can't be critted.
I know. I know. It's to do something else. To
Mm.
do something else.
Don't
I don't know how I
let's
feel
see.
about that.
Alright. So, it's only gonna be 6 points of damage. However,
Yeah, saw that coming.
I think I am gonna spend my coin. I just have to find...
This makes me nervous.
Right.
But you feel, Jacobin, something goes wrong. And, what should have been like a grazing blow or whatever, like, seems to have severed something.
Severed something?
Maybe like a tendon or something.
Oh, you tore your ACL, man. Oh,
That's pretty serious.
Yes.
I think this isn't my game. It'd be a whole limb coming off.
Oh, boy.
That's very true.
So, no mechanical penalties, but it's definitely a really nasty wound. That this is for player information, because of the jungle is going to fester. So your hit point maximum is reduced by 1 every 24 hours the wound persists. If your hit point maximum reduced to 0, you die. However, someone can tend to the wound with medicine checks, or I'm gonna say that if you, because you're a paladin and you have lay on hands, if you lay on hands as if it were a disease, that'll cure it.
Okay.
So.
Gotcha.
So that's all.
Okay.
That's all.
That's all.
You're pretty badly wounded, but that's all.
Yeah, just a...
That's a 5 hit point lay on hands. I'm okay.
Yep. All right. So that was first attack.
Oh goodness.
Second attack is not gonna do it. And after getting that first strike, gets a little overconfident, takes another swing, and it just bounces right off your armor. The next one. Oof! Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's great. Oh, except it's not great. No. It rolled a natural 20.
That'd be great if it were.
And a natural 1.
Oh.
With advantage, so. So you just take 6 points of damage. Yeah. And then... Yeah. And then, again, gets overconfident, and the next attack misses. Once again, bouncing off your armor.
Hey, even with all the damage I've taken, I still may have more hit points than most of your maximums.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
Oh yeah.
Okay. We can skip that crew member. So, this is the one that was by Twixen. It is going to... seeing the theatrics that Twixen unleashed, it is going to pull out its pistol and fire at Twixen. That is going to definitely miss. And then it's going to move in the direction of the crew member that was heading back toward the beach. And reaches that crew member. Which, we go to that crew member's turn. And it's going to basically spend the rest of its movement to get out of the jungle onto the beach. And it is going to fire up another shot. It's going to look between the two options of Zarin or Izelia. Decide it has a better chance of hitting Zarin. And that one also misses. Jeez, I'm not rolling very well. And it's going to take some cover behind some loose crates. Actually, when it misses, you hear basically the captain bark some orders, and it then quickly loads up another shot and takes another shot. That one is going to hit Zarin. For 7. Okay. The Captain.
Le Capitan.
El Capitan. The captain is going to continue to, at this point, head back in the direction of the beach. The captain has ascertained that there is a heavily armed combatant in the jungle, whereas there are less armored combatants back toward the beach.
Let's go.
So at this point, the captain is going to get about to where Twixen was before his attack, and is going to use a special maneuver. So, basically, you see the captain start pulling out pistols, taking a shot, and then, like, throwing it, pulling out another pistol, taking a shot, pulling out another pistol, taking a shot.
Wait, I've seen this one before.
So basically, is going to make a pistol attack against everybody.
Die.
Little bit.
Nice. Nice.
Little bit.
Nice.
So, all right. So against Twixen, that is going to hit.
Oh no!
For 8 damage. Against May, that is a 16.
Miss.
That's a miss. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ability doesn't work on that. Jacobin. Oof. That is a 25. For 7 points of damage with a measly 1 on the weapon die. Izelia. That's a 22 to hit.
Jeez.
For another 15 points of damage.
Oh.
What?
Against
Yikes.
Zarin. And sorry, even with the cover, yeah, that was, yeah.
Oof.
And
Not
a
feeling
20
so good.
and a 25 to hit Zarin for 13 damage. And then against Wilhelm, that is a 24 to hit Wilhelm for
Goodness.
10 points of damage. But Wilhelm is one big strong boy that served in the army, so it does hit, and he takes it grazes a in between part of the breastplate and sort of the little bit of chainmail that's underneath it, and like his gauntlets. And that is his turn. Jacobin, you're up.
Okay. There's nobody left in the jungle.
There
What are left for enemies in general?
there's still two crew members in melee with you.
Okay.
And then the captain is in the jungle still.
The captain. The one that
captain.
just did the
Reaper Ultimate. Yes.
Yes. Forgot the character's name, Reaper. Yeah. God dang. Well, let's finish off the one that I've nearly killed. So start with an attack on that one.
Okay.
17.
Yeah, that'll do it.
This will stay a normal swing.
Okay.
17 damage.
Still up.
Son of a gun. Okay, attack again. 15.
Okay, and that one drops the crew member.
Okay. 15 to hit.
Oh, 15 to hit. I'm sorry. Yes, that will hit.
Okay.
Yes. But that should give you an indication as to how
Yeah.
badly wounded.
Yep.
14 damage.
Yeah, that's still good enough, yeah.
Okay, so
Okay. You know what? Because I didn't have Wilhelm assist you with the attack, I'm going to have him distract the other crew member so that it has disadvantage on attacks against the two of you.
giving him a noogie. That's how I imagine.
No,
it's
the breastplate to use like the little bits of sunshine that are coming in, just to like,
Yeah.
just like dancing to try and like get the light
No.
in their eyes.
No, he's
He's
got some tactical know-how, and what he's doing is he's just like picking up like mud and rocks and stuff and just like
I mean,
throwing
like,
them.
Making your oiled pecs dance is definitely tactical. It's a tactical distraction.
See?
All right, Zaren's up. So Zaren is, you know what? Firebolt worked last time. So yeah, we're just gonna do that again.
Let's do that again.
That's a crit. So that's 20 damage right off the bat,
Yeah.
plus another 2d10 for 24.
Ouch.
And that one is actually throws this bolt of fire out at the crew member that has been sort of pestering and harrying the two spellcasters in the back. Squarely in the chest, goes flying back into some like crates and just like destroys the crates by when they fall on top of them.
Just
Izelia.
to-
Yes.
Yeah.
So
You're up.
My question becomes, is there anybody within 20 feet of the captain?
Anybody within 20 feet of the captain?
Oh.
Yes. So, Twixen and May are within 20 feet of the captain.
Is it possible for me to use Fireball in a way where it doesn't hit them?
Do you have the meta magic thing that lets you, I think it's safe spell? Or careful spell or something like that?
I think it's careful spell because I know.
Oh, you're not a sorcerer, you're a wizard. And
Yeah.
you're not an evocation wizard, so no. There is not. It is just carnage.
Okay.
That's right.
Could
I'm
you
sorry.
use
I was
action
getting
to tell us to move?
I was getting your current spellcaster mixed up with your dark matter spellcaster. My apologies.
It's okay. I'm gonna put my 8d6 down.
You could use your
What-
free action to tell us to move away and then use your action.
Is that possible? Can I do that, and would that work?
So you can hold your action for casting a spell. How that works is you expend the spell slot. And the spell doesn't immediately go off. It goes off when you decide it does before the start of your next turn. You are also concentrating, and if you lose your concentration, you just lose the spell.
Okay.
It also burns your reaction to cast it.
How close to me is he?
So the captain?
Mm-hmm.
The captain is about 40 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna move 10 feet forward
Okay.
towards him, and then I'm going to use my Odaluke's Resilience Sphere on him,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
and he has to make a Dexterity saving throw and beat 17.
Okay. Let me pull this up. So, for those that are watching live, it looks like the visual might have frozen, but we are still
no.
all here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh no. We have to
I
like
love how Courtney's frozen on it, though. You just look so serious.
thanks.
No, it's a good thing. You look like you're ready for battle, man.
I mean, I am.
Courtney's always ready.
Oh, you know what? I think it might just be Chrome. Chrome's not having a good time. Uh-oh. Do I still have everybody? Oh dear. Having some technical difficulties, folks. There we go. Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Did we
no.
lose somebody? Oh,
Nope.
yeah. I don't know what happened.
I mean, we lost you for a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Basically, Chrome sucks. And it eats up all of your memory. So,
It just wants to be helpful
yeah, well.
by not being
It's
helpful.
not.
Alright. So, that's okay. I have all the hit point totals written down. So, apologies. Izelia, what are you going to do?
I'm attempting to use my sphere on the captain.
Okay. And then
He has
May,
to-
you are on deck.
Yes. Just as a reminder, are there 4 pirates left?
There are
now?
3 pirates left.
3 pirates left. Okay.
Three pirates left.
The captain has to make a dex save too.
Okay. So who needs to make dex saves?
Just
the captain? Okay.
Because that's what I'm trying to encapsulate in the sphere.
I'm going to say that the captain fails.
It has to be to 17.
I'm going to say that the captain fails.
Huzzah!
Okay.
Yeah, the dice did not make that very complicated, so...
Cool.
Working in our favor for what?
And then I yell to the others, I have their captain in this sphere. He can't get out.
Okay. Okay.
Alright, so, okay. So, let's see. As far as... There we go. I'm just trying to pull up the captain. On mobile. Oh no, it doesn't work. Oh, all for naught. Okay, anyway. So, would you be so kind as to tell us what exactly Odaluk's Resilient Sphere does?
So a sphere of shimmering force encloses a creature or object of large or smaller size within range. An unwilling creature must make a dex save, which it did and it failed. Nothing, not physical objects, energy, or spell effects can pass through the barrier, in or out, through a creature in the sphere. The creature can breathe, though. The sphere is immune to all damage. A creature or object inside can't be damaged by attacks or effects originating from outside, nor can a creature inside the sphere damage anything outside it. The sphere is weightless and just large enough to contain the creature or object inside. An enclosed creature can use its action to push against the sphere's walls and thus roll the sphere at up to half the creature's speed. Similarly, the globe can be picked up and moved by other creatures, and then a disintegrate spell target can destroy it
Okay.
without harming anything inside it.
Hamster ball.
It is.
Wait, is that the same hamster ball style that caught our boys up in?
No,
Oh.
because that was not a ball.
Yeah, that one couldn't move, I don't think.
It could not move.
Ah.
So, all right.
Okay.
So May, you're
yeah.
up.
So I have the words.
So
captain
that
in
just
front of
leaves.
me.
So there's a captain in front of you in a giant shimmering ball of force.
Yep.
And then there is a crew member that is just on the edge of the jungle, and one that is over by Jacobin.
How far is Jacobin away from me?
Jacobin is about 40 feet away from you.
Okay. I am going to go back towards the beach. And basically do my movement and my action to go back towards the beach, towards that last one. And again, actually no, I'm not going to use my action. I'm going to use my cunning action to use my dash.
Okay.
And bolts from the grave.
Okay. Who are you targeting with bolts from the grave?
It's gonna be the one that is like I'm kind of running.
Okay.
22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Mm-hmm. 15 damage on that.
Okay.
And then can I then use my Sunblade to hit it?
You could.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Yeah.
So 25 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah. 13 damage.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh man, I like this. Oh man, I like.
With your Sunblade strike,
Yeah.
it leaves like this big searing burn down the human's midsection
Mm-hmm.
that you can see. Looks like you managed to catch underneath the leather armor that he was wearing.
Yes.
Twixen.
I am going to cast Levitate on the boat and just hold it 20 feet up in the air.
Put it in the ocean.
Okay, yeah, I will.
Well, so levitate, things move very slowly laterally with levitate.
Yep, 20 feet at a time.
Okay.
But I'm going to levitating it towards and over. So like 20 feet up and 20 feet closer to the ocean.
Let me just check, because I think levitate's like 5 feet lateral movement.
I'm looking at the description right now, and it says you can change the target's altitude by up to 20 feet in either direction. Oh, it's
Up or down.
Yeah, it's altitude.
Levitate is up or down only. It's not side to side.
I thought there was a way
You
to
could bring
decide.
them up really high, and then we could just drop them.
Target can move only by pushing or pulling against a fixed object or surface.
Okay. No. Yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna do it, and I'm just gonna hold.
Okay. Let me just check if spells can be cast on the sphere.
Spells. Okay.
Because like you're not casting it through it.
Right.
I
I would be targeting the hamster ball.
Okay, and then let me just look at levitate one more time. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna say it works.
Perfect.
Since levitate can target a loose object, and I would say that's a loose object. I mean, technically, even then, you know, there's also a creature inside that weighs less than 500 pounds. So, yeah. So you just want to put it 20 feet up in the air? Okay. So yeah, this also has the unusual effect of, like, that, it's also, like, slightly causes the orb to spin. Right? So the
Perfect.
captain, like, because, like, every time the captain, like, tries to move its feet or whatever, there's nothing, like, anchoring the ball, so it's just, like, constantly spinning or whatever. Not enough to throw it off balance or anything
so
like
it's
that, but
doing one of those
yeah.
hamster ball things in the water.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, all right. So that's a thing.
That's a thing.
All right. The 2 remaining crew members are gonna see this. And they are going to attempt to just cut and run. So, Jacobin, you're going to get an attack of opportunity.
And I am too, right?
Yes, you are as well.
Okay.
26.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
15 damage.
Okay.
25 to hit.
Easily, yes.
7 damage.
Okay. Both looking pretty shaken up at this point. Definitely, like, you see them kind of just spit some blood and try and take off. But they are able to do so. The one in the jungle obviously doesn't get very far. It is but heading back toward the beach. The other one, once it reaches camp, just makes a beeline for the ocean. And once it gets down to the waterline, like, then takes a right and starts, like, heading in that direction. So, but it's easily still within range of the casters and May.
Yeah.
So, and then that leaves the captain. The captain has nothing to brace himself against to push off, so, yeah, that's, it will just not do anything.
Why don't you hang around?
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man. Uh-huh. Sure.
Alright, then. Jacobin.
How far to the nearest one?
15 feet.
And I can get there on a normal move, so I will get there on a normal move.
It is difficult terrain in the jungle.
Right, half movement. Half of 30, 15.
I'm sorry. No, they dashed because they provoked the attack of opportunity, so 30 feet. My apologies. Not 15 feet.
When can I shoot hammers?
That's right.
What is my HP requirement?
If I remember, you had to be over half or something.
Yeah, but I think we also
Yeah.
talked about changing it.
Yeah.
That said,
Last I remembered.
I want to say that it, I don't believe I ever did change it.
I
So
don't see
let's just
anything on
that's not it. Let's say that it's over half, because that's what it was before, and I don't think I've updated it. And we'll just say, if your hammer ever gets its power upgraded, we'll change it to make that more clear. But yeah, if you wanna essentially shoot a hammer blast at it,
2 if I can.
you can, as that's how that works. It's just you can make ranged, essentially ranged spell attacks with your hammer.
I have the Master Maul.
Yes, the Master Maul.
Nice.
But yeah, so the way this works, folks, is Josh's Jacobin's hammer. When he's above 50% hit points, he can make a ranged melee attack with his hammer that deals radiant damage. As it is a very special hammer. So,
Sick.
22 to hit.
yeah.
15 damage.
Still up, but looking very rough.
Second one, 21 to hit.
That'll do it.
11 damage.
How do you want to do it?
Yeah.
I mean, I just shoot 2 laser hammers at him.
Okay. So just and
Like a rifle.
shoots a bolt. It's actually how hammers work in Dauntless, is they have cannons attached to them, which is great. So you unleash this blast, searing ray out at them, and sears the side, and they just collapse in a heap.
They die from sunburn.
Basically.
They're all like red and
more
mystery.
divine sunburn.
Yes.
That leaves Zarin. Let's see. Zarin is going to Zarin's just going to use Firebolt against the remaining crew member. However, no, you know what? That will hit with his spell attack modifier
Nice.
for 7 points of damage. Not enough to take down. Izelia, you're up.
I'm just gonna. It's a concentration, so I'm gonna continue to focus on the sphere. As I don't think I can move it up higher. Correct?
You cannot, no.
Okay. All right, then I will just kind of hang here, just doing what I'm doing.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like the other crew member is attempting to run away. There are no other threats present, so I mean, you don't necessarily have to take the dodge action. But if say something changes, I'll give you that benefit.
All right.
May.
Chase him down.
So the question is, May, are you looking to inflict lethal damage, or are you looking to neutralize non-lethally?
No, we have the captain. No, he's dying.
Okay.
Yeah. So movement, dash with my cunning action that springs my bolts, and then if he's still alive out.
So here's the thing: you can get there without dashing because you have a higher movement speed. You move 35 feet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, you can just like disengage as your cunning action.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cocked. I need that the next feat for a 19 to be a crit.
I mean, do you want to spend your plot coin to make it a crit?
Hey.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
Do it now.
Because that's
not-
automatically maximized damage, and then you roll again with your bolt. Do it.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes.
Another coin for
So-
me.
So
All
that's
right.
34 to start.
Yeah, dead. Just dead.
Wanna see. I just want to see.
Sure.
Plus 10. 14, 15, 16, 17.
Wait, 34.
Yeah.
Wait, do you add?
5d6 plus 4, and then my dice.
Do you add an ability modifier to that?
I have 5d6 plus 4.
Well, what I'm asking is that plus 4.
Oh, it just calculated it that way.
All right, fine.
You are
Sorry, I don't-
proficient with it, and you add your dexterity modifier to its attack and damage.
Well, okay, there you go. Thank you. It's
Yes.
again, I have to navigate this stuff on my phone right now. So,
So 34,
All right.
44, 46. 56 in total.
yeah. No, it was dead at 34. So, yeah. Other crew member neutralized. All that remains is the captain.
That felt good.
Is everybody near me currently now?
I mean, I'm gonna
At
start
this
slowly
point,
making
I
my
mean,
way back.
what is the duration on Resilient Sphere? Because I know it's
1 minute.
concentration. Up to 1 minute. Okay.
Yep.
So it's been 2 rounds.
So he's still up there.
So it's up there for another 8 rounds.
Cool.
Okay.
So
Let's keep levitating him up.
yeah, so here's what I'm going to do is we're still going to kind of do this in initiative order. Until yeah. Just because there is a bit of a time limit on Resilient Sphere. So all right. So that'd be May. So Twixen, you are next up in the order.
Everyone else is done except the.
Yep.
Just the captain remains.
I will slowly lower the sphere back to the ground,
Okay.
and I will just stand menacingly on the other side of it, just staring calmly at the captain.
Okay.
And I would like to make an intimidate check to do so.
Ooh.
Sure.
That would be a 29 on my intimidate check.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say that with everything going on,
The rest of his crew killed.
yeah, I mean you're definitely in a position to bargain, we'll say, for what you want.
Can I use comprehend languages?
What is the cast time on that? And does it
oh, it's an
does it
action.
require concentration?
No concentration, just an action.
Okay, so you could.
Okay, and I keep the sphere intact, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, as long as it's not a concentration spell.
All right, I'm gonna do that. As long as that's still if it's my turn.
Well, it's not your turn because we gotta go through the order.
Okay.
So up next, the captain I'm gonna say now that it's on the ground.
Gonna Looney Tunes try and run.
No, the captain has seen basically how quickly a lot of you can move and your ranged capabilities. So the captain is simply going to stay put. Jacobin,
Yes.
you and Wilhelm are up.
We'll just head to where they are with the captain.
Okay.
It's going to take us a while to get there because we're still in the jungle. So.
Well, I mean, the captain is still in the jungle, so it'll
okay.
only take you like. So, assuming you two like kind of hustle your way through, it'll just take you one round.
I know what I'll do. I will healing wounds my wound.
Okay. So yeah, so you remove that festering wound.
There you go.
Although we'll say that it was a vicious wound that wouldn't stop bleeding since you are immune to disease.
Sure.
Yeah, just doesn't change anything, but yeah, just
He couldn't.
We will move to where Twixen is with the captain as well.
Okay. All right. So I'll say you can get there in one turn, regardless.
And I will help him continue to be intimidating.
Okay. Sure. Let's put it this way. I don't think a further check's going to be required with what Twixen got, but
Yeah, I don't think so.
yeah. So, all right. So now it's the top of the order. So Izelia, you cast Comprehend Languages.
I'm gonna cast. Yeah, I'm gonna cast that, and then I am going to say to him, "We have you captured. You have a few options. You can either be lit up in a gigantic fireball, or you can work with us, and we can figure out something to make it so you can keep your life, and we all get what we want."
Okay. May.
Yeah. So I ran out on beat. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna,
Are you just going to make your way back?
I'm just gonna make my way back. Yeah.
Okay. Twixen, are you going to keep up Levitate?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's yeah.
I mean, the captain, with your intimidation and the circumstances surrounding the situation, the captain is definitely not gonna make any moves. It seems, and is definitely unsettled. The captain is most certainly unsettled by her appearance, and does sit down on the ground and just kind of puts on a stiff upper lip, but just kind of has arms folded and looks like is holding back fear.
Perfect.
So
It's that stiff upper lip, but you see the tears ring up in their eyes.
no tears.
No tears.
No tears.
Just that stiff upper lip that quivers just a little.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
So I'm gonna say at this point we can dispense with initiative order. So the captain responds and says, "Well, you can, in common,
Ooh.
just take the cargo, and I will leave.
Where's the
I'll take my
cargo
ship
at?
and we'll never return."
Where's the cargo?
In the camp.
Okay, just making sure it's not on your ship.
Well,
What's on
I
the
mean, there
ship?
was some cargo on the ship, but I will instruct my crew to return the cargo on the ship, and we will leave and just go somewhere else. You've already proven to be...
I have a much better idea. You have caused this town a lot of trouble. And where I come from, when you cause a lot of trouble, you work very, very hard. How about you and your crew uh, donate, we'll call it, your time to the town that you stole from and help it become a better place? And if you screw it up, I will make sure that I am back with my fireball.
They stole. They are going to jail for sure. That's where
That's
they need to
fine
go.
too. That's fine too, but I think that they could be doing work during that time.
Yeah, it's part of the
Also,
chain
labor
gang.
camps. Okay, I'm for this. I'm for this.
You have a shop that needs help running at some points, right, May?
I wouldn't trust these
Oh, I was gonna say.
scallywags. No way. Not with the inventory in my shop.
They can
no
go
way.
break rocks.
Yes.
I suppose that would also be fair.
Actually, no. You know what would be better? If they built docks.
Hmm. They do seem to. They should have skill in that, you would think.
You would think. Also,
In the end, it's not our decision to make, it's the council's decision.
yeah, but you know we have, and I kind of like we have a writ that says we can do. I think they're gonna
Yeah,
take.
I know,
us.
and I take it out.
There we go. I think they're gonna listen to us. I mean,
But-
also think about it. The population here has boomed. We kind of need more docks if we want deep water to be able to thrive.
For those of you that arrived on the ship, you also recall you sank that pirate ship last session.
Did. Yeah,
Good
we
job.
did.
And you will have to work for what we destroyed too.
So, the captain simply says, I understand that I am not in a position to negotiate. So I just ask for mercy.
What's your name?
I am known in the Brotherhood of Corsairs as Captain Gnarltooth.
Can I befriend Captain Gnarltooth?
You can try.
I mean,
Are his
This
teeth
is-
actually
this is a
kinda
very-
gnarled?
this is a very odd situation in which to do so. You see there's one tooth, like one sort of tusk-like tooth that's like crooked.
One tusk tooth. One little tusk tooth.
Well, I mean, hobgoblins have multiple tusk-like teeth
Okay.
too, you know.
Okay. But yeah, no, yeah.
Is this
Let's,
your regular red-skinned hobgoblin, or
So hobgoblins tend to just have it's like shades of like an orange.
okay? I'm just going by
Um,
the pictures in the 5e books.
Yeah, it's just standard.
Gotcha.
Also, I don't know what ship you're talking about, cause yours is on the bottom of the Esper Sea about now.
Listen,
That makes it easier for us then.
It does.
listen, Snarltooth. You know, there's a lot of things that I need from life as time goes on, and there may be a time where you and your services become also important. And though you will be going to jail at the mercy of my own hand and my partner's hands here too, I am willing to kind of become a friend to you to make sure that you're treated not too harshly, but harshly enough. Would you be interested
Are
in a
you
friend?
seriously telling him we're gonna treat him humanely? That's not gonna happen.
Humanely enough.
Why? Whoa. Everyone needs to calm their tits right now. So,
Both of them, or do I
Excuse
still get
me?
one party boob?
there's no reason to... There's no reason to treat this fellow badly. We bring him in to the authorities, and they take care of it. We've done our job.
See, my reasoning here, and I whisper to Jacobin, and I go, listen, I have some business at home someday that I may need a team of people to assist with. So I would like to get as many people on my side as possible.
Perception check to see if I could hear her say.
I mean, you're all standing right there.
Okay, I just didn't know how. Yeah,
Your
I
passive
know.
perception is high enough that, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna lean over. I know better people than this skag. Let's talk later.
But also, remember, and I looked at May and I go, these people may also be helpful, but when somebody's trying to, have a better sense of life, they're going to do everything they can. So if they have that chance, they're most likely going to work harder, from my experience, if you have them with their interest in mind, I will call it.
Bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
Well, you can talk to him all you want once the council has decided his fate. From then, it's up to you. You can visit him as much as you want in his cell.
Okay. That's fair. And then I look over to Snarltooth and I go, you will be working hard, I assume, correct?
I am not in any position to argue.
And the rest of your crew that we're going to pick up,
I
will
assume
they
they'll...
follow your orders to work hard?
Again, and continues looking at Twixen
Mm-hmm.
and trying to choose words very carefully.
Yeah.
I'm kind of failing to understand why this is still a discussion.
Same.
If you're going to take us to the authorities, then just get it done and over with. We'll submit
Okay.
ourselves to judgment.
Okay. Cool. Nah, legit, let's do this. I am going to start walking towards the, for lack of a better term, dinghy. For the folly.
Does anybody have like shackles or anything?
I have a sphere.
I'm going to say the sphere winks out of existence at this time.
Yeah.
Can I cast it again?
It's not
If
going
you
to
have
fit in the dinghy. It's not going to fit in the dinghy.
that
Yeah.
Get him
too.
on the boat. I will tie up his hands
Okay.
with my rope. That's what I can do.
Yeah, I don't have
And,
any rope or anything.
I suggest it'll have to be 2 trips on the dinghy because 1 trip will have to bring him, and it'll have to come back and get whoever's left because he can only fit 3. Well, actually, yeah, and we're not walking. Me and Wilhelm aren't walking back through the jungle. We're going on the boat. Yeah, so it's gonna have to be multiple trips on the dinghy.
It's easy enough to coordinate trips. As far as the camp.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah, as I'm walking back, he said something treasure on the camp. Yeah. I want to just start grabbing stuff.
Oh, did that first mate have anything cool on him?
So the first mate just had a pouch of like 15 gold pieces.
Okay.
And
that's pretty cool.
The armor, pistol, some extra bullets and powder, and the cutlass.
Okay. And I would just like to look for the adamantine in the camp.
Yep. So I'm not gonna make you make an investigation check or anything. It's just a matter of like opening up all the crates and barrels and stuff like that.
Right.
You do find there is 1 crate that's full of. They didn't get very many. Looks like just a couple plates. But you also find in the other barrels, there's like a barrel full of like apples. There's one full of sugar. You do find, however, there is a chest which has inside. There is, it's like lined with, and like stuffed almost. Looks like it was a jewelry chest, where it has like settings inside of it. And inside there is a silver necklace with a sapphire pendant.
Mm-hmm.
A gold ring set with bloodstones. And 2 large gold bracelets.
Silver necklace.
With a sapphire pendant.
Yeah.
Gold ring with bloodstones. And 2 gold bracelets.
Okay.
The captain does divulge. The captain did divulge that there was also cargo on board the ship.
Yeah, Twixen and I can. Twixen and I can go get that.
So can I. I can breathe underwater.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the 3 of us can.
Yeah.
'Cause I
We'll
don't
say,
need to breathe.
in the interest of time, that on your way over to pick up the remaining crew members who basically like jumped ship and are on the next island over, they managed to make it over there. You pick them up, and basically take them captive, and managed to do some salvaging before the ship completely goes under. It's, there's like a couple masts still sticking up above water. But you find, again, there's a couple of like watertight chests and barrels full of trade goods. But in addition, you find a silk robe with gold embroidery. A cloak that looks similar in design to Jacobin's cloak.
Like his captain cloak?
No.
No.
His
cloak. Gotcha.
His cloak. Yeah.
Yep.
Which, if you take the time to identify it, is another cloak of the manta ray. 4,400 gold pieces.
Jesus.
And 2 potions. Which, again, if you take the time to identify, a potion of fire breath and a potion of animal friendship.
Ooh. How much gold did you say? 44?
4,400.
It's a lot.
That is. This is, and you find on your way back, this is basically plunder from about roughly a month's worth of raiding. Your guess is it was while you were away. But the captain does explain that most of it was through burglary or essentially armed robbery. They did not, in fact, cause any extensive physical harm, and they did not kill anybody.
Okay.
Noted.
They're in it for the money, not for the blood.
Yeah, these guys should meet.
Did
Okay.
Did they say where did they raid from? This island, or was it from just 5 islands around?
This island, yeah. Yeah.
So all of this.
So it seems like all of this loot is the cumulative stock from over like a month's worth of essentially like burglary and robbery attempts.
Okay.
So you see, and like some of the barrels and stuff have insignias of some of the shops from around town.
Okay, so all of this is from. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we'll say you return back to town. You bring them to the authorities. The remaining pirate crews are thrown in basically the jail cells at the guard town, or was it the city or town watch barracks?
Yep.
And the town council thanks you for your assistance again, and asks if you could find and return the loot to its rightful owners. They would be deeply indebted.
They beat me to the punch on that.
Yep.
Because I was gonna say, like, I was like, here is what we found.
Yeah.
Like, you probably have more of some type of. You have like a town watch or town guard or something that you can delegate
Yeah,
this
I would
to.
think that there's probably, report of what was stolen from places.
Yeah. So they say, I mean, if you have other pressing matters to attend to, if you want to just drop off the goods at the town watch with the captain, they'll definitely look into making sure those goods get back to the rightful owners.
Yeah.
Sure thing. Let me erase everything I just wrote on my sheet.
Oh, I just
Well,
wrote Deepwater.
I mean,
return.
you don't know. We'll cover next time to see. Some of those goods may not have owners.
Maybe.
So.
I highly suggest to the council that again they build docks instead of break rocks as their punishment.
I suggest rocks.
Right, because the thing is, like, there's already. I mean, there's already a lot of docks in the dock district. And the island's pretty small. You can only have so many docks before you have to start going in. And here's the other thing to consider is you can only build so many docks because if you recall, it's not like a regular island
it drops
where it
off
gently
pretty
slopes. It drops off, so you can only build docks out so far.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Can they work on building boats?
Perhaps.
I
But
make them build something, not just.
we're gonna figure that out next time, because that's gonna wrap things up for this session. So thank you everybody for joining us. For Tales of Jemmora: The Kraken's Wake, we will be back in 2 weeks for our next adventure. If you want to see more information about Tales of Jemmora, check out Jemmora.com. If you want to help support this show, please consider subbing to this channel or giving a follow, or you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/8bitadventures, as well as supporting all of the other shows on this channel. Anybody have any other quick announcements before we have to go?
Don't forget to love each other. Wash your hands.
Yep.
That's what I got.
Stay safe.
Stay 6 inches apart.
6 inches.
What else?
So what? We're just leaving room for Jesus now.
Yep, you got it.
All right.
We're letting Jesus take the wheel.
So, unfortunately, Tuck forgot there were other preparations that needed to be done, so he was unable to join us this week. Hopefully he'll be with us next time.
Yeah.
But aside from that, as always, have fun, everyone. Happy gaming. Enjoy your pie cake.
Bye, everybody.
Okay.